Alright everybody, thanks for coming in today. I appreciate you being willing to be participating in this team building activity, and actually what you're doing right now is a great skill that we will utilize during this activity, because this activity is called Just Listen. So what you're doing right now is perfect. But also during this activity we're looking to enhance your communication skills as well as your listening skills, and also gather information and then interpret it. So what's going to occur is I have these index cards here. I'm going to split you up into pairs. You're sitting across from each other right now. I think that'll work fine. And what's going to happen is we're going to have one person playing a role of a communicator. That communicator will speak for 3 minutes on a topic that is listed on this card here. They're put there at random. I don't care what you say about the topic, to be honest with you. It could be you could share a personal story, your opinion on it. Perhaps you wrote your thesis on it. I don't know. I just wrote broad topics down, and I'd like you to talk as much as you can in the 3-minute time span. And the other person will be sitting there uninterrupted listening. So they won't be speaking at all until the 3 minutes is up, and I'll let you know when to wrap up your thoughts. And then once that 3 minutes is up, you'll have 1 minute as the listener to give a non-opinionated summary of what you just heard from the communicator. So basically, you can't debate the person on the topic. You can't say, oh, I dislike this about what you said, I liked what you said about this. It's just taking in the information and summarizing it back to them. And we'll run through a few times, and then we'll get back together in a circle and we'll discuss it. Is there any questions?
Yep. We're ready to go.
Everybody good? Alright. Well, here you are. And here you are.
Okay, so you get to speak.
Go ahead and
You
grab
get
a
to pick
card.
one and speak first. For 3 minutes about something.
Here we go.
Are we set?
Go for it.
Go, okay.
Clock is running.
So, outsourcing. Well, I guess we're all aware that outsourcing is taking place all over, and has been ongoing for most of the last decade. We have outsourcing taking place in just about everybody's backyard, and I don't think that Fort Edwards is any exception. General Electric has done their share of outsourcing overseas.
In families.
This is getting
One of the signs of bullying typically is a physical.
So what does outsourcing mean?
Physical bullying.
Outsourcing means adjusting as a community.
Twist arms.
And within the communities, families adjusting, income-wise, etc.,
might disappear. And that
outsourcing
what could happen.
So we got what, another minute of this?
It becomes even stronger.
Yeah. So what else can I say about outsourcing?
So those are the
I don't think we understand it as much as we were sold on. The folks who claim to understand it. Seems that it's caused us a lot of problems here over the last decade. Unanticipated outcomes that we're dealing with now as a result.
Across the board.
And I think maybe part of the solution is that we're bringing people back now and going in opposition to outsourcing.
And some
So,
effects will be
yeah, I think
some kids may
I
talk
just
to their
about
parents or their family about what they're going
reached
through at school.
3 minutes is a long time, huh?
We got 1 more minute, guys. 1 more minute.
They're crazy for that. Some of those.
So,
So that's why
all that wisdom I just shared with you, I think that, that's about the extent of it. I'm not sure what else I can say about outsourcing. A little bit, as you probably gathered, I had my reservations about it, and I think that it does have limitations, and we should have appreciated before we moved in that direction. Better late than never. We're starting to understand some of those things. So
30 more seconds, guys. Want to wrap up those thoughts.
So, with that said, yeah, and yeah, so there's job losses that we could discuss, but I think that that's something that perhaps the politicians.
Okay, it's time to summarize, guys. You have 1 minute to summarize, then we're going to switch roles.
No, I summarized.
Okay, then I summarize what you said.
Opinion free.
You talked about outsourcing and how it's affected you, whatever. One of the examples that you used was UE. You talked about the fact that when outsourcing, even though it's supposed to be a good thing, it's something they didn't anticipate the negative effects of outsourcing, which is job loss and uprooting families, especially if they travel with that, with them. So outsourcing, as you said, leave it to the politicians for the job loss things, and now we're starting to insource, which is absolutely right. We've gone from the other to outsourcing to insourcing, where it's not always such they can get a lot of companies realize that it's as creative an idea as they thought. I don't know, for them. Outsourcing.
15 seconds, summarizer. 15 more seconds.
So you feel outsourcing is something that you have been done and maybe not anticipation of what happened to the company wasn't the best. It is where it is, and it did have an effect.
Okay, summarizers.
So my topic is gambling. So I get to talk about gambling for 3 minutes.
3 minutes on gambling.
No, what's good about gambling? I don't gamble much. I'm not really into gambling. People, I think, can get themselves into a whole lot of trouble by gambling. We have locally at Saratoga as a gambling site, and just recently they were looking to put up some more of those around the area, and they were all bidding to see who could get it. If we could get more casinos in our area. I don't know that that's a good thing. It brings in money, so that's the plus of it, but the negative is obviously that people get addicted to that. And there are pluses and negatives with it, as we already talked about. I personally don't like gambling because I think it can be addicting, like I admitted. And I personally don't like to gamble. When I went to Las Vegas, I didn't gamble. I think before, I actually gambled in the airport, but nothing really when I was in Vegas. And we went with other family, and I don't think, one of those guys who actually did any gambling either, so I think it's like throwing money away. Now there's also gambling that people do lotteries every week. Join together and do it. So I don't really think the chances that you could win versus winning, but the nice thing about the New York State lottery is that actually with that they're actually using that for education and other good things, so the money that they take in for that is used for good things. So at least when you're giving the money to them, it's not like billing up another resort and someone making a big profit off it. So certainly it's better in that way.
1 more minute, communicators.
So with gambling, there's negatives and there's positives. Like I said, I don't really see the positive in the negative. I think there's more negatives than positive with gambling. And I don't gamble myself, and I would recommend it. My son actually played cards for a while when he was younger, and actually it got to be more of an addiction and anger issues about the fact when you lose. So again, it's that whole thing that if you lose, how can you handle that too? So there's some frustration with that also. So.
30 seconds left. You want to start wrapping up, communicators?
Okay, so back again to gambling. There's different types of gambling, but overall that people, I want to know about the addiction of gambling. That I think the processes are not so well, but there are some things that are good for gambling. It's good for the area for people to come in. It's good for people, for the state, to have some money to do good things with. So there's some positive in that. But I do worry about the negative effects.
All right, summarizers, go ahead. Opinion free, remember.
We've got 1 minute. That's all I have.
1 minute. 1 minute.
I can do this. I can do
What I
this.
heard was.
So what I heard was that you were addressing 3 levels of gambling: one on the individual, one on the community, and one on the state level. So on the, I think your thoughts, from what I heard, affect your attitude towards the community and state level. But starting out on the personal level, you've had personal experiences, as you mentioned, with your own son who was doing some kind of gambling, and that manifested in some kind of negative behavior. Something which you thought, hey, that's not just on the family level, that also can be extended to the community level. And then you were talking about how some, say, community leaders maybe
10 more seconds, summarizers.
and bring in gambling as just an industry solution because they have no other ideas. And that fosters vices at the community level.
Okay, time to switch roles again. One more time as the communicator.
Are you serious?
Take a card, the clock's running.
Okay. Let's see, you're picking. That's right. You pick. You get
He's gonna take his time picking.
I pick too.
So political correctness.
So what do you got to talk about? I'll pick a different one.
Oh, God.
Is it 9?
Oh, there we go.
Got one? Okay.
Yeah, fast folks.
Fast food individuals.
She talked 3 minutes ago.
Society.
Fast food is
Acceptable things to say.
it's an amazing sector. When I was growing up on an individual level, we only had one name for fast food, and that was McDee's.
Yeah.
But now fast food is manifested into all these other things. Taco Bell and you name it. We have this great big part of the economy made up of fast food. And what fast food means to me is low income. But it's also a first-time job for a lot of people, and people learn their work ethics as a result of the fast food industry. I can't think of too many people who haven't flipped burgers or worked at some fast food place in one form or another.
Certain phrases and words are used that.
But there's a drawback also.
class or
Fast
a
food
group
is not the healthiest,
feel
so
unique
sometimes we
or
form habits unless we're taught otherwise. To tame those habits,
sexism
they can
and so
extend into our adult life.
is the goal
Where we
to sort of
less appreciation for healthy eating, etc., etc.
the words that we
It's
use
probably
to describe
it's been a major contribution to where we're at as a society in
to
terms
be
of
more understanding
large population per se.
food senses for other
As I
populations.
say, fast food is
And so
great for that work ethic getting started.
One more minute,
It's also can
communicators.
contribute towards some bad eating habits if we don't learn how to shape it.
When folks
Fast food's a great investment if
make statements.
if you get in early. I don't know. I wish I had had money in McDee's or Taco Bell's early on. You know? Gosh, you could have a lot of
To
opportunities
use
back
new
then.
phrases that
Um,
describe races or sexes.
And so,
Yes.
yes.
In the hopes
So here's that.
folks feel that it's included in society. So political.
So I think people, there's a
correctness
turnaround
is
now.
a term
It's
or a
gone
phrase
anti-fast
that
food. People want to eat
describes
local.
The goal.
And
To
so you have
use
Olive Garden and all these
phrases
others.
and terms
People are starting to
that
appreciate that there's a negative side to this, and they want more of the positive
versus
side.
exclude them.
And so we're starting to rein that in
And it's
as
a
people are
sensitive
starting to say,
Some
hey, there's
people-
got to be a
some
better
folks
way.
think political correctness is a bad thing.
Now
Some
maybe
people
fast food isn't
in
such a
society
great
think it's a
investment.
good
Maybe
thing.
you want to know
But
what's the next
goal
Olive Garden.
has
All right, time to share those summaries. You got 1 minute. 1 minute.
So fast food, as you said, there's a lot of those around. They're not healthy to eat at, as we said, but certainly, and you think of, like you said, one of the things you think about is low income when you see that. People working there, obviously, bringing a little rolling. That's certainly not the people that go there because it would cost a fortune. Fast food would have been a good investment if you got in early. But now people are starting to worry more about their health, so they tend to start going places like Olive Garden, as you indicated, to get something a little bit more healthy than what you can get at fast food. So investment may not be such a good idea anymore. People are being more health conscious, so it's a good idea to do that. So, but there's, when you first, like you said, you grew up, it's McDonald's was the first one, it was a big deal to McDonald's, and then the Burger King, Taco Bell, there's a lot more fast foods. It's
10 more
cheaper to do
seconds, summarizers.
but the thing of it is people are trying to eat more healthy, so it's expanded, and there's lots more of them because it's fast food. However, not really the best for you.
All right, time to switch roles for the last time.
Okay.
So you do it.
Yeah, oh, yeah, like I want to talk about that one. Okay, I have police brutality. So with that one, obviously, there's a lot of the news with that going on right now, and there's a lot of debate going on. And not only are the brutality from that end, but you're also getting a lot of police officers who are also being killed. So it's going back and forth as well. So there's riots about the people that the police are killing because they feel that, or beating up, that they're feeling that they're picking people that they shouldn't be, and there's stuff going on that shouldn't be, and they're using their power to do things that they shouldn't be doing. So there's a lot of debate. It's quite an uproar because then when they do that, you've got some racism issues that are going on. There's a lot of feeling that some of what's going on is racist. So they're worried about that happening, and what does that have to say to society? So you have police families being worried. Certainly going over to, and the police officers themselves are more worried, I think, than they used to be because they're going out and people have a different opinion of them now than before. They're not So they're taking more of a chance every day when they go out and get in a vehicle, and they never know when they're going to come across something, and probably they second guess themselves, I would think, before they do things now because they're afraid. So they probably always want to make sure there's somebody else there, so that maybe not making quick decisions that as a police officer you need to do. So certainly that effect, and certainly from the people that are getting realize that, are they seeing everything they're supposed to with the cameras today? You're videoing all this, and the video goes live, and of course now with media the way it is, everyone sees everything that they take, which can be cropped and sent out.
One more minute,
Makes it
communicators.
hard too, so there's a lot going on with it right now, and it's certainly national disturbance at this point, and I think it's really causing a lot of anxiety for probably everyone in the law enforcement, as well as the family law enforcement, as well as anybody that gets pulled over by a policeman, pulled aside by a policeman. So I think there's a lot going on, and it's a serious issue that we need to get under what's going on and get it resolved, because again, it's not good, because you've got people worried, and you've got police worried, and it's not good if they're going to second guess what they're going to be doing when every day that they go out in the vehicle. I'm sure they're all wearing a bulletproof vest. But it's a dangerous job as it is, but it's certainly a lot more dangerous now. But not only do they have to worry about that, but they worry about making a decision. The last decision that they make, and they may not losing the ability to be a police officer anymore. So
All right, summarizers, give that last opinion-free summary.
So, Sue, I think what I heard you say, was that there were two areas of concern about police brutality. Aside from your major premise that it's gone mainstream, it's become more mainstream, but there's a couple outcomes that you're concerned with. One is that it's, to some degree, it's emasculating the law enforcement folks. They're becoming more timid. And as they become more timid, they may not be able to make that spontaneous decision that they need to make for the benefit of their own welfare, and that puts them at risk. It maybe puts the lives of others who they're trying to safeguard at risk as well. So that's one of your concerns. And because we're there now, that extends into another concern. Well, when they're timid, why are they timid? Because their word, their authority is not being valued as it used to be. So we replace their word with technology.
And the summaries are over.
Oh,
Breathe, you can relax. No more communicating and listening back and forth.
okay.
I'm just going to give you a few questions because I want to understand how you took away from this experience. So first of all, what was it like listening to someone speak for 3 uninterrupted minutes? Anybody? It was easy? Easy. So you were able to... Go ahead.
I got distracted a few times.
So that was my next question, yeah. When you felt those situations coming up, what did you start doing to try and remind yourself, hey, pay attention here, somebody's talking to you? Or did we just let it go and just start drifting off and not paying attention anymore?
I pay attention because I have to talk for a minute after, so I need to pick up something.
One time I did, and I missed a whole minute of total correctness because someone was dancing at my door. Yeah. So, yeah, it's fun.
Now, when you were speaking, could you tell that because each one of you discussed about how there were lapses in concentration. As a listener, could you ever tell if they were listening or not listening? And could you pick up on it?
He was watching, apparently, somebody was dancing.
Yeah,
Like I knew he was distracted with something.
I think Tom had good eye contact with me, so I think that showed me that he was listening and nodding.
I think by listening.
All right, so what was challenging for those communicators for 3 minutes? Because I know I saw people put cards back. I let it go. I just want the thing to roll here. But what was difficult about communicating for 3
My
minutes?
teleprompt went out.
Yeah, good. 3 minutes is a long time to talk.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't really have a lot to say about the topic. Because I think you tended to want to just give your opinion, and then you're like, okay, that's my opinion, and now what are you going to talk about? Okay, let me talk about what I just talked about again.
That's another question. How easy was it to give an opinion-free summary at the end, where you didn't debate them, didn't say anything about likes or dislikes?
It was funny because probably, I don't know if you experienced this, but for those 3 minutes in which he spoke and the 3 minutes that I spoke, I could probably summarize with no opinions in them in about 3 sentences. You know,
Mhm.
it was just that quick amount of information. You know? Excuse me.
All right. So, what can you take away from this activity, and perhaps incorporate it into your workday?
It's obviously important to listen to people and try to remain focused. Missing one part of it can be integral, important.
What kind of situations come up where these things are valuable, both here and in everyday life?
In listening to clients, you have to remember that we have to take in a non-judgmental zone
Mhm.
and place. So if a client tells us a story, we can only repeat back facts. So summarizing what they did say for however many minutes they talk, but not giving a judgment is important.
Non-judgmental is very key here.
Okay. All right. Are there any other thoughts or questions you have for me? Well, thank you again, guys, for participating. I appreciate it, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.